Coming up on this week's episode, Kai shaves all of his hair off. Fraser takes all of that hair and glues it onto him. All of that while Cody eats a big ball and then sicks it all up. All on this week's episode of... My name is Fraser.
And my name is Kai.
How's your week been, Kai?
A bit chilly. I shaved all my hair off.
Now you know how it feels to have wind on your ears again.
Yeah, I'm bald. Pure bald. That could be a good title if I could, like, Photoshop myself to being bald.
There is a filter. You took a picture of you without hair at one point.
Oh my god, should I use that then? I've got that
using
on
the
my
filter.
phone.
Yeah, like that would be the perfect one for the thumbnail.
Let me send it over to myself whilst we chat.
God, we're like 1 minute in and we've already said, yeah, this episode's clickbait, sorry.
Yeah, easy. How are you, Fraser?
Yeah, no, not too bad. The week's been boring as per. I mean, it's good though, because we have a 3-day weekend, which has been fantastic. I mean, probably not for you. Bank holidays probably mean nothing, don't they?
Yeah, it means absolutely nothing to me. But I have gone to the post office today.
Oh, hey, they're open?
No.
Oh.
But,
so you went to the post office and then you went home?
No. In the local co-op to me, they have a little post office section that the staff works on. And if the post office is closed, you can bring it to the front desk and they'll do it there.
Hey, that's good.
So, which is good because the things that I had to send said they had to be sent by the end of today. And I was thinking, well, how am I going to do that if they're closed?
Yeah. Oh, that was lucky.
Yeah, so, not too bad. But other than that, that's pretty much been my weekend now.
Yeah, fair enough. I also haven't got really up to much this weekend. I mean, Sunday was extremely stressful, but we're not going to get into the details on that. It was just one of those, a lot to do, not a lot of time to do it. Let's get it all sorted, because I need to get it done. Yeah, the usual. What I did do on Sunday, though, was I put out a video which announces the fact that I'm going to be starting officially the Clips channel.
Hey! Are we getting the Uno clip on there?
Oh, yes. There's definitely going to be the Uno clip on there.
I'm looking forward to that.
I know for a fact that there's, the one where you said, oh, he's got a blue whatever, and then I think Aiden said, oh, no, he's got a blue 7, and then you went, yeah, he does, and you played a blue, and you went, fuck. That's one of the clips.
Classic.
Yeah.
You should put these on TikTok too.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I just don't know. I need to think of what is the best way to post on TikTok. Because some people say...
just post it like that.
Some people say you could just straight up upload it to TikTok via the web. Whereas others say, oh, actually, do it from your phone and put on a caption and all of that. I don't know how you do the caption from the web. I don't think you can you?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm sure you probably could. I haven't tried it.
How have you done your ones?
I uploaded it to the Google Drive, downloaded it on my phone, and then uploaded it through that.
See, I was thinking about that. I was thinking maybe I could do that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah. I might start loading it to TikTok because I don't really use TikTok at the moment. I briefly used it. It could be
like a good little shout, I think, for you.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. They're all vertical anyway. Because the Clips channel basically is trying to use the YouTube Shorts feature, and YouTube Shorts basically says, if you want to have a short classified as a short, then you need to make sure it's vertical, and then we'll do the rest. So I was like, okay, right. So I'll make these videos vertical, which means I need to put in a little bit of editing to put the face cam in the right place. But otherwise, it's not too bad to make a clip.
Yeah, seems all right.
Yeah, and luckily, the good thing as well is I can pick out my best bits, but I've also got everybody submitting, if they want to, obviously, submitting their best clips to my forum. So I've got a forum, irl.yt/submit clips. I love that domain. I'm so glad I bought irl.yt. It's so easy now. irl.yt/submit clips takes them to a forum where you can submit highlight submissions. I should probably rename it from highlight submissions to clip submissions because it was going to be like for a big highlights video. I was like, actually, hold on. I might take this further.
Yeah. Take advantage of using the word clips at the moment. Seems like they've been able to do it.
Yeah, So yeah, people submit it, and I've got it comes out as a big spreadsheet at the end where I go through and go, right, is this one good, is this one bad? So most of the ones so far are marked as green, and that means I've uploaded them, they're ready to go, whereas I've got 3 reds out of 25. So I think it just goes to show a lot of the ideas that are coming in so far are really good.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm excited to start it. The first clip comes out, well, it would have came out yesterday by the time this podcast is released. Because I'm planning to do it every Tuesday and Thursday initially to begin with. But that is most likely going to change. Because if there's
I guess.
If there's like a high volume of clips, then there's no point me planning 2 months in advance. Because that's just stupid.
You might as well just upload them when you can.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I want to shuffle when they're released because I want a mixture of old and new clips. So it'd be nice to get the new clips out straight away, but it'd also be good to get the clips that maybe happened last week out in 2 months. So then it still feels like you're going back rather than me just doing clips as we go along.
For sure.
So yeah, I've got quite a few scheduled at the moment. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to things properly going live and kicking into gear. Because when that happens, then I've got a second channel that's up and running properly, and then obviously I've had the live archive channel for a little bit, but I've officially announced it. And the good thing as well about both of those channels is that they are both now very close to 100 subscribers. The Clips channel, as of the time recording, is on 78, and the like archive, I really can't speak today. The live archive channel is on 77 subscribers. So another 25 on both of them, and they'll both be eligible for custom URLs. But until then, you can subscribe to my Clips channel by going to irl.yt/clips, and you can subscribe to the Archive channel by going to irl.yt/archive. Do you see what I mean? Do you know? Look how handy that URL is. Yeah, I'm so happy that I've got that. To go to the podcast, irl.yt/podcast.
I watched your video yesterday on that. And I enjoyed your shelf review.
Yeah, that was
I
kind
say
of like
shelf review. It's like a little tour, isn't it?
It was like a little tour. That was kind of like a spontaneous idea because I did the announcement at the start, or I planned how I was going to do like the whole video, and I was like, the announcement is literally only going to take 2 minutes tops because it's just hello, here's a channel,
hello,
okay, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what can I incorporate into this? And I thought, oh, do you know what? At the same time, it would be good to do a shelf tour because people during streams have asked me like, oh, what is on your shelf? What? Because things go and go all the time, come and go all the time. But I thought, hey, let's just do it. I need another thing that I'm planning to do, but I just need to get it to a point where I'm more happy with it. For ages, I said I'll do a setup tour, and I've just never done it. So I think what I'm gonna do is eventually I'm gonna do a setup tour, but I also plan on buying a new monitor at some point soon.
Aye.
So the two monitors that I've currently got, they're both working perfectly. One of them has an annoying little bug underneath it, which is dead and has been dead for 3 years.
I've seen this bug.
Oh my god. I'm used to it, but it's still there, and it's annoying because I can't get rid of it. It's kind of like in that film between the outside of the screen and the inside where the light comes from. I don't know anything about the insides of screens. So I'm thinking, right, what if I get these two screens, I make them vertical side monitors, okay? Mm-hmm. So 2 vertical monitors, and then I get one really beefy screen in the middle. Initially I was thinking, let's have those 2 monitors at the top and then put one beefy ultra wide at the bottom. But what if instead I make those 2 vertical and have one beefy 144 hertz, 1 millisecond response time. I don't know about 4K, but definitely at least a 1440p monitor in the middle. Yeah. I think that would be a really good shout.
Yeah, could be a good shout.
Because one of the issues I was also thinking about is if I do get like a third monitor and I do stack them on top of each other, like I have the 2 screens above and have one ultra wide at the bottom or the other way around, where am I going to put my camera?
Yeah, that'll become a bit of an issue, I suppose.
Because my camera is currently in the middle face on. And
unless you put it like in the middle and then have the monitors above that.
Yeah, but the weird thing of that is if I have it in like the very dead center, let's assume I do have it stacking on top of each other. So it's like monitor, camera pointing out, and then the 2 monitors.
Monitor, yeah.
Then there's a massive gap in the middle for the lens.
Yeah, I suppose.
So it just feels a bit weird. So I was thinking about maybe doing something like that, or even just adjusting where the camera is. So even if I had it on the right and it points like towards the corner of the room instead, like that's fine. I could probably live with that, but it wouldn't be ideal.
Yeah.
So I think the best way to do it, and another reason why I thought about doing it this way is the best way to do it is the whole 2 vertical ones and 1 central one. One of the main reasons why I also think about doing that is I feel like I need more screen windows half the time.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to have more information on the screen. So I think it's a lot nicer to have windows stacked on top of each other than to have windows side by side.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when it's landscape, it's not nice to have windows like one above the other. But when it's vertical, it's like having two square windows.
Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, let's do that. I think that'll get the most information out of it. And also I have one nice full screen to put in the middle so I can have like full screen gameplay all the time. And then, yeah, the one on the left can be another information one. I think that'll be a nice idea anyway. But
yeah, give it a shot, see how it goes.
Yeah, I've just yet to decide what monitor I want officially. Because they're all quite expensive as well.
Yeah, that's the issue with like stuff like monitors, is they're so expensive. You don't really want to go and buy them.
5ms response time, 60Hz, 1080p, dead cheap. Those are the monitors that I got at the moment. And the main reason why I got these two monitors is because I wanted small bezels. Mm-hmm. That was the only driving factor behind these ones. But now I'm like, yeah, I want small bezels, but I also really want performance. And if you want a bit of a lot of them, you're going to be forking.
Price goes up. Yep.
Yeah. I think the cheapest ultra wide monitor that I saw was like £450 to £500, and that's quite expensive for a monitor. So that's kind of why I've justified not doing that, because ultra wide hasn't really properly caught on yet. It's nice to have, but it is just an excuse to have two monitors.
I think I spent I got three 27-inch monitors. Yeah. They're all 1080p because I don't work in 4K, so I don't see the point of having a 4K monitor really. Mm-hmm. And I think I spent 130 quid on each of them, so
that's quite good.
390 for the three, which is decent.
What brand are they?
BenQ.
Oh, that's really good then.
Yeah.
BenQ are known for their good.
I think one of them was a... What was it? I think one of them was a warehouse deal. So, like, someone had returned it, and I was like... And it said like new, and I was like, well, if it's like new, it's barely had a scratch on it or whatever, so...
Oh my god, Amazon Warehouse is a gem. I've never bought anything from it, but I've watched...
So good.
Have you seen these warehouse videos where people literally buy crates from the Amazon Warehouse? Yeah. Oh my god, the things that you can get out of them is unbelievable. Like,
sometimes
some things...
it's really good, sometimes it's awful.
Yeah, some things are genuinely like really damaged or really poor quality. Mm-hmm. But other things, like, you can really find some nice hidden gems.
Aye.
I've always considered, what if I do that one day just to see what happens? But it's really expensive for a crate.
I don't know where you get the crates from, you know.
I think it's like a reseller. I think it's like, I don't think it's called this name, but it's like a returns warehouse. Amazon Warehouse resell on each item individually, but I'm pretty sure there's like one huge distribution reseller where you can buy returns from like various different resellers, and they just bundle it by category. So technology, clothing, that sort of stuff. They just bundle it like that and sell it. Oh, right, here's a technology returns crate. Here's the price. Do you want it? And I think there's like an auction on it. It's kind of like, auction hunters where they go to abandoned storage units. Yeah. It's kind of like that. But for return crates.
It's pretty cool.
I just can't remember what it's called. Yeah, one day maybe I'll give it a go. But right now, nah, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
So what else have you been up to this week, Kai? Have you been up to anything interesting, or...?
You know what? I have done a couple of bits.
Oh, yeah?
Last week when Aiden was on, I mentioned I was going to the zoo.
Oh, you did? Yeah. How was that?
It was really good, actually. It was bloody cold, though.
Oh, no surprises there.
No, it was like the one day of the week where it was a bit of wind, bit of rain. It wasn't actually much rain, but there was a little bit, and it was quite nice. I went with Rosie. We went to Wingham Wildlife Park. I've spoken about it a few times on the podcast, like in probably like 1 or 2 different episodes before.
Is that the same wildlife park that you went to with like your band that one time?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little one, and first thing that happened when we got there was we went to go and see the wolves. No. Shat on by 2 monkeys. You were the monkey. But no, we went over to like one of the first things you see when you go in is like a wolf enclosure.
Oh, so cool.
And we went there, could not see them.
Oh.
And then later in the day we did see them. They came out finally. I think they
lovely.
Were snooze. But then I was like, can you hear that sound? And then there was... Oh, like, no. In the wolf enclosure, there's like a pool in the middle. and it must connect to the otters or something like that. Because this thing kind of leapt out of the water there and then went back in, and I was like, and we were both like, what was that?
Oh,
it was
no
like
way.
some like random creature appeared, and then I suddenly turned around and I saw the otters, and we went to the otters, and that was good.
Surely the wolves would just eat the otters.
Nah, it's in the water. Wolves don't go in water.
That's true.
They might. I don't know. I could have just made a massive lie just then.
Oh. Hold on. I just googled, do wolves eat otters? And it might be specific to Alaska. Oh yeah. It looks like it might be specific to Alaska, but it says sea otter numbers have dramatically increased. Never mind. It looks like some wolves do eat sea otters, but it looks like the numbers have increased, so never mind. Sorry, carry on.
And then we kind of walked around for a bit. We had some lunch there. We got a meal deal, right, before we'd left to bring with us. And when we were having our lunch, very stupidly, I bought one of those Lucozade bottles, one that goes like...
Oh, the squirty sport ones.
Yeah. And I jokingly did it to her. And I didn't actually fire it at her or anything like that. I just kind of went to squeeze it. Shouldn't you? Went, no. And then she took it and full on just squeezed the bottle, and it went all over me.
Oh no!
And I was covered in Lucozade.
Oh god, I bet that got sticky real quick as well.
To be honest, I kind of forgot all about it.
Oh, fair enough.
But that was fun. And then we saw this. What was it? It was like a deer or something, I think.
Right.
It was something, and his name was like Gilbert or something. And that's what one of the workers said. We didn't just name him. And he came up to this person next to us and was like, "Oh, hello, give me a nice stroke. Yes. And then as soon as we went over, he walked off and was like, "Nah, fuck you guys." So, Gilbert, you're not listening, but fuck you.
Oh dear.
And then there was this little goat that kind of went running around and everything. But, really cool. The tigers, right? They went to feed the tigers, but they didn't feed the tigers properly. They had them on little metal tongs or whatever and fed them through the bars.
What?
Yeah, got them to do tricks and stuff to get their food. Really cool.
Oh gosh, interesting.
But that was quite cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anything else that was cool. There was giraffes. Might be about it. But it was really good. It was really good. Nice day out.
Nice.
It was windy and it was cold. And luckily it didn't rain whilst we were there. But otherwise it was quite nice. It's kind of similar to today in weather-wise. It's a bit windy and murky here today. But that was the zoo day.
Nice.
Which was very fun. And if you want to go, definitely recommend it. Make sure you bring a 50p coin with you, or a couple of 50p coins, because you can get these around the park. They've got these vending machine things or whatever that you put a coin in and twist it. And it dispenses food that you can feed either the goats with, the meerkats, or
that's cool. Feeding meerkats.
Fish. Yep, really cool.
That's so cool.
It's
what
so
do they
cool.
Can they go up to your hand and eat it, or
Yeah, you can lean over. You can lean over. But
oh my god, I want to feed a meerkat.
I'd say you could probably. I say you probably throw it in. I don't know. You might get in trouble if you try and lean over.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But it is low enough that you could probably touch the meerkat. But I don't think you're allowed. But who knows? We'll go when you're down at some point.
For sure. That sounds like a load of fun.
Make sure you got your 50p's if you do go.
Me having cash? That hasn't happened for a whole year.
I know. I haven't had cash for so long now as well. I was like, oh no, when we got there, because there was no way we could have got cash.
I stuck it in the bank in April last year, and I don't think I've seen a single note since.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lucky. I've still seen notes and stuff when I've sold things my old phone and whatever else.
But that's expected. I mean, if you're going to sell things in person, then that makes sense.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Nah, I've been living under a rock, so that's me.
Yeah, that's fair. And I've actually got all my change still in a box in this room. I need to go to the bank at some point and put it in one of those coin machines,
Did you ever? The supermarkets going to a coin store
and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That was always exciting.
Yep, that was always exciting. But other than that, done one other thing. Went to a band rehearsal the other day, and that went really well. The room that we were in this time, was so much better than the last one we were in.
Oh, really?
It was in the same place, it was just a different room. But the sound quality and everything was so much better, and we were pretty much using all the equipment we would have used if we were doing it live. So it gave us quite a good example of if we were live how it would sound.
Yeah.
And we ran through a couple of songs that we already know that we're gonna record soon. Then what else did we do? We worked on one of my songs that I wrote a while back, and we kind of finalized that, and that's good. That turned out nicely. And then finally, we kind of worked on one final song, which is a riff that I came up with, which is quite heavy. I posted a little clip of it on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And we actually wrote the whole of that, music-wise, in about an hour.
Oh, no way.
Pretty impressive, I think. And that's going on the album as well. I'm not sure when the album's happening, but I think we're due to record in July, half of it.
That'll be exciting.
Probably July and September, I think our recording dates are for it. So, should be very exciting.
Hey, that sounds like a really productive week and a fun week.
Yeah, I mean, compared to this week, I've got nothing planned this week at the moment. I think, what's happening this week? Yeah, nothing.
Fair enough.
But yeah, other than that's been my week. Have you done anything else this week, Fraser?
No, melted.
Yeah, fair.
I've got something coming up next week where, oh my god, if I have to talk about it again, I will literally scream. Basically, I've got to go back to the dentist again.
Yay!
Because she wants to just check the progress of the white lines and how much better they are now. I really don't need to go. I didn't need to go last time, but I did. But she wants to come back again. She wants me to come back again.
Yep.
And I'm just so fed up. I don't want to go again.
But I guess once you've gone, you should have the all clear at this point, right?
I know, but I know I'm okay now. I can look in the mirror and go, yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. It looks so much better now.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's just because I also need to tell work, look, I'm going to be out of action between this time and this time. And I just feel like I'm taking the piss for them as well, because they're very accommodating. Like when I have when I have an eye test, it was like, oh yeah, great, have a look, go and do it, have a look and come back. No problem, you don't need to worry about taking off any holiday. Same with the dentist normally. Yeah, don't worry about it, go and have a look. But now I've done it 4 times in a month and a half. And even it's taken a piss for me, but I feel like I'm messing them about. So I've offered, look, if you want me to take the morning off, then fine, I will take the morning off. Because I really don't want to mess them about anymore. But yeah, it's just I really don't think I need to go back. I could even just cancel it and go, look, I think I'm fine.
Yep.
It's a long way to go as well.
It's worth going to check just in case, I guess.
I know, but I just know it's okay, because even last time she said, oh, it's 3 times better, it's a new mouth, basically. And I was like, great, so is that it then? No. That's basically how it went.
Classic. No.
Oh, yeah, so that's why it's taken the piss. But no things this week, just next week, really.
Yeah, well, at least you got stuff to do, I suppose.
The end is in sight. Yeah, it's getting me out the house. That's the main thing.
Speaking of the end in sight, let's have a really, really quick conversation about what's happened the last couple of days in terms of the virus.
Sounds good. And before we do that, it's secret word time. Whoa! Guess what? The word from last week was actually to do with the talk we had with Aiden. I know we don't normally do the secret word when we have guests on. The secret word last week was GoPro. Massive shout out to Tangela, Chloe, Peter, Diamond Hood, and Royce, who all got the secret word and tweeted it to us.
Thanks, guys.
What's the new secret word this week, Kai?
Monkey.
There we go. Tweet us monkey at Stuck in a Podcast, and you'll be shouted out the next time we do the secret word, which is usually on the next week's episode.
Yes.
Okay, go on then. Let's have a recap. What's been going on lately with the virus, Kai? Where's the end? Is the end in sight?
The end's got to be somewhat in sight. Everything's open back up. It's been over 2 weeks since the last things opened up, and there's been a decrease in cases and stuff, which is good.
Yeah, really great news.
And in, I think it's 2 weeks' time today, everything else will open up even further, which will be interesting. And I'm sure that seems to be going quite well as well. In terms of vaccinations, there is, I think, almost 16 million people that have been vaccinated fully. So
wow, so that's a really good rate.
Yep, and first dose is still about 34,500,000, which is good. Deaths are down. Patients being admitted to hospital are down. Everything's down all across the country. Very nice. And then they've actually been trialling a couple of things in Liverpool this week. That's just gone. One of the big things was they did a club night there for, I think it was either 3,000 or 6,000 people.
There's 5,000.
I thought it was 6, but okay, we'll go with 5.
You were very, very close.
Yeah, and that seems to have gone well. Everyone had to have a negative test to get in that.
I wanted to go.
But you're not from Liverpool, so you couldn't.
I know. Actually, I could have. You're allowed to travel across the UK now.
I suppose, but I think they're doing it for like people that live in Liverpool only.
Yeah, which makes sense. But oh my god,
you
know what?
Constituency.
I'm not really. I've never really properly. I mean, I've been to clubs, I've been to gigs, I've been to festivals, but like, I've never properly been wanting to go out my way 99% of the time to do it. But now I'm like, I want to go to as many as possible.
Yeah, kind of want to take advantage of what you can now, don't you?
I literally want a social life. So I'm really jealous of them, and apparently
it's quite nice. Go on.
Apparently, it was really, really successful.
Yep.
However, they're still waiting on results from it, because it was only very recent.
So
that happened.
Like a week and a half, 2 weeks until we find out, basically.
Exactly, but there was no masks at all, no social distancing, no rule of 6, and absolutely no punishment for anybody that went.
It looks quite fun, and it was quite sweet because all the people that were there, they were like, "This has been the best time in the last year. It's been so nice," and it's so nice to hear.
Yeah. Oh god, I'm really happy about it. It really does feel like the end is in sight.
It does, and the best thing is, if these do go well, then it is the end in sight. You know.
And another nice thing as well is that one of the things that have just come up today is the Prime Minister is saying that maybe from the 21st of June, social distancing, the 1 meter rule, could go from the 21st of June, which would be unreal if that's the case.
That would be very nice.
Yeah.
Also, quickly whilst we're here, there has been today 1 death from COVID.
Which is a lot better than the previous number of deaths.
Yes.
So
cases are down, deaths down. It's going well.
The one thing, I know we've obviously criticised the government previously in previous podcasts, hence why we don't like to talk about it. But I think the one thing everyone can agree on is the vaccine rollout has been incredible.
Yeah. Well, up until last month, it would have been nice if they still could have managed what they said. But
for sure. I think the main reason it's decreased, though, is because they're focusing on getting people their second jab as well. Because it's so important they get their second jab to kind of properly immunise them. I know it's not permanent, then they're going to say, oh, look, we need booster jabs. But yeah,
which they have ordered. They've got 60 million coming in autumn.
Which is great news.
Which is basically one for everyone.
But yeah, unfortunately, the number of vaccines they're doing per day is actually now kind of at its lowest. But it is slowly but surely increasing again. But I think that's hence why they're now doing a smaller number of year groups getting the rollout, because they went down from 50 to 45, and then they said over 44, then they said over 42, and then they said over 40-year-olds. Whereas previously they've just been doing, every decade year group, then they can get their next jab. But they've slowed that down a little bit. So I think it's still going to be quite a long time until we can get ours.
I think it's estimated ours are June, July. I think that's the estimate at the moment, because they've kind of got the first, they've got the first 2 months or whatever sorted out this month, pretty much.
Yeah.
I know my dad's getting his second on Friday.
That's good news.
Sure. So that kind of gives you like a good estimate. So people that got theirs in February, March are getting theirs in May.
Yeah.
Which is good, because then that means they're kind of almost back on level with everyone that has had their first will then line up with back to this, and then it'll be back to again everyone that's getting their first again. Then it'll probably go back down when, you know, more people have got it, and then so on. Indeed.
So, yeah, we're really hopeful for the future. Let's just watch in 2 months' time. We're crying! What's happened? It's all gone to shit.
I think now we're like really hopeful, seeing everything is so low compared to what it was.
The good thing as well is that this time with the third lockdown, while there's obviously been some people that are like, oh no, anti-lockdown, oh no, anti-vaccine, why are they putting the 5G in us? Bitch, I want 5G in my area. There's been quite a few protests, but generally it seems like the government have even taken it more seriously. Like, no, this really needs to close. No, this also really needs to close. And it has sucked. There's been a lot of small businesses that have been affected. But it's been really a massive relief to see that they've actually properly taken it seriously the third time round.
For sure. And one final thing as well.
Yeah.
They did also have basically a festival in Liverpool as well, which was quite nice. Which was like another musical thing, and no social distancing, no masks, just a fun time again. So good trials, seems like it's going well, and staying hopeful.
Fingers crossed. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed now, because that is unfortunately the end of this week's episode. Sad noises. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of... Make sure you follow us on our personal Twitters at FraserIRL, at Kai Ross-Best. Follow us on our main podcast Twitter at Kai Ross-Best.
Yeah. Follow us on our podcast Twitter at Kai Ross-Best.
At Stuck in a Podcast is our main podcast Twitter. We tweet every single time a new episode is going to go live, as well as, obviously, we post it here on Spotify. So follow us here on Spotify to get notifications as to when the next episode goes live as well. Make sure you follow us on Twitter as well, because we like to, every now and then, we like to do a community episode. And I think it's been a while since our last one, Kai, don't you think? So keep your eyes peeled, because we could tweet relatively soon asking for Q&A questions for a community episode. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Otherwise, subscribe to our YouTube channels, FraserIRL, Kai Ross-Best, Twitches, all of that. You get the idea. It's all the same across the board. But until then, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Anything else for you to say, Kai?
Nah, not really.
And until next time, don't forget to make sure that you take care of your teeth, because otherwise you have to go back to the dentist 4 fucking times, bitch! Sorry for scaring you.